Whenever LayerZero just rallies a tiny bit, everybody puts their thumb on the tokenomics, as in the supply increases too fast, thus LayerZero should fall like all the other altcoins. Here is app.tokenomics.com. The next unlock will be on the 20th of August, worth $24 million. And of course, news articles round that number up. And it appears as if people have a point, because ZRO tended to go down over time. But how much of that is just the general crypto market going down, and how much of that is actually inherent for LayerZero? Do we potentially have an opportunity here that most people overlook? Let's have a look at the data, the on-chain data. Who's buying here? Who's selling here? Let's try to figure out whether or not LayerZero is an opportunity most people don't see. Hi, my name is Gerhard. I've been in the crypto space for the last 8 years. I hit my first million 3 years ago. And in the last 2 years, I started to publish my trades in real time. And we made 47% per annum, while most others have of course lost their capital. Now this website here, that's linked in the pinned comments down below. All the open positions are currently available to the premium members. All the closed positions are published here in real time on that website. 100% transparency. I don't think many people in the crypto space are willing to go that far. Not all news are positive. For example, BitGo replaces LayerZero with Chainlink's CCIP. And people are making fun of the situation. This picture was taken after Sergey was asked how many users he thinks LayerZero will have at the end of the year. Now that's of course a joke, but the question is the usage of LayerZero actually declining? Because we do see quite a bit of speculation, a lot of perpetual futures trading on ZRO. By the way, if you use x.com, formerly known as Twitter, then feel free to also follow this account's channel over here. I publish data regularly. Make sure though that you follow the right account. So that's at Bitcoin Strat. Make sure you don't follow a fake account. Now, crypto prices tend to move in sync, right? When Bitcoin goes up, then many altcoins go up. When Bitcoin goes down, many altcoins go down. Thus, when we want to evaluate a particular altcoin, we should always look at it relative to the rest of the market. When does an altcoin outperform? When does an altcoin underperform? And for LayerZero, we see that in this chart. This is the ZRO price relative to the others market cap. The others market cap is all the altcoins that are not in the top 10. Now long term, LayerZero clearly goes down. But recently, the sell-off has accelerated. And there is a case to be made that maybe now the risk to potential reward supports a contrarian bet. Here are the tokenomics of LayerZero. In the span of 1 year, we went from 250 million up to 609 million tokens. And that's happening while the bridge volume for LayerZero is not necessarily growing that much over time. This is now in US dollars, but of course, crypto prices have come down. Measured in Ethereum, we could make the argument that there is slight growth, but definitely not as much growth as there was token dilution. And that's the reason why LayerZero performed that poorly. However, going forward, the dilution isn't as bad, comparatively speaking. The final vesting unlock will be in a bit under a year, so on June 20th, 2027. And yes, we do have our 77% inflation until then, but afterwards we have zero. Currently, one of the largest venture capitalists, A16Z, is buying what the market is selling. And on-chain, the numbers don't look that bad. Here is the number of small retail investors, medium-sized investors, and whale investors over time. So on the left side, it's 1,000 ZRO. In the middle, it's 10,000 ZRO. On the right, it's 100,000 ZRO that need to be held in a wallet to be counted in that chart. Now clearly the whales aren't accumulating as quickly as they did in the past, but small retail still tends to buy. In the last 24 hours, we only had 5 million worth of trading volume on the spot market. But really, it's a perpetual futures market that makes the price discovery. We had 12.6 million of trading volume there. The opinion on the token, on the perps, is very divided. Sometimes we've got positive, sometimes we've got negative funding rates. Currently, it tends to be positive, so there's more longs than shorts. People tend to bet on rising prices. So short term, people seem to be believing that LayerZero could rally and could bounce from that support. What's interesting is that more and more people are betting on LayerZero. The open interest, so the amounts of bets on the price, is comparatively high given that the price is still falling. That's very unusual. Now over here we see a back test, as in how can we potentially trade LayerZero? What kind of moving average crosses should we use? Historically, this here was the best combination. It was the 19-day plus 21-day simple moving average. Whenever we get a golden cross, we should be betting on rising prices. Whenever we get a death cross, we should be betting on falling prices. Now, right now, the 90-day simple moving average is still below the 21-day simple moving average. So currently the momentum for LayerZero is still bearish. Among all of those trading rules, that combination worked the best. And it tended to work very consistently over time, right? The LayerZero price is at the top and the 19 plus 21-day simple moving average strategy is at the bottom. So it probably makes sense to still take that indicator combination seriously. And so that's in general how I trade my altcoins. That's why the track record looks the way it does. I cannot share the current open positions, at least not in its entirety, but there is this website in the pinned comment down below. You can get one of the positions that I currently hold, that many premium members hold as well, completely for free, without a payment, without a credit card. Simply scan this QR code if you've got Telegram, or click on the website down below and click this button. If you don't have Telegram, you can also plug in your email. Besides the trade, you will also get a tutorial video that explains how to set this all up. The plan is that you make your first money with that position and then reinvest the gains in the paid membership, where you'll get much more trades. If it's your first time here, feel free to subscribe. I publish this regularly. A like would be very much appreciated as well. It helps the channel grow. See you next time. Cheers.